Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
It's been a long day.
It's only 6.
It seems like it. I was conducting interviews, dealing with this drama, that drama. My niece wants to get into the school and wrestle. Wants me to look over all her documents and stuff. Talking to your sister last night.
Was that last night? No, that's the day before.
Oh, they all blend together. Well, this is a reprieve because we get to talk to our favorite people. It's always fun. Episode 157. We have a new giveaway. I don't think we actually posted it, but I posted a story. Story? I don't know.
Story.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking a lot about Thor. This is going to be a Thor episode. It's obviously not a review because we're not seeing it till tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. But so when we talk about it, I'm going to be explaining some things that are comic related. Mm-hmm. So it's not a spoiler.
Context.
Yeah, so to give you guys some context. Well, I've been looking forward to this movie even more, probably more than Multiverse of Madness in a lot of ways, because Multiverse of Madness was only because of the multiversal stuff. It didn't really turn out to be that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. But I think this is going to be more solid if you're a Thor fan. So we haven't seen it, so no chance of spoilers. Because I don't even know if they're going to do what they do in the comics.
Like Eric Voss says, spoiler alert in case I'm right and ruin your life.
Well, I'm not even going to make predictions. I'm just going to give the background context as to, to what it is. But let's talk about the Thunderous giveaway that we're doing. We are giving away a... I don't even know how to describe the hat. It's
a trucker hat.
Well, yeah, okay, it's a trucker hat, but I mean, it's an Avengers, and it's the one he's wearing
in the movie.
Yeah, well, I assume it's in the movie because it's in the previews. Yeah. I mean, it's
trailer.
So the trailer. So where he has scratched out like Thor and Ant-Man. No, he scratched out Iron Man, Hulk, and Ant-Man.
Yeah, and it says it originally says the Mighty Avengers.
Yeah.
And then it has a Hulk.
And he scratches it out and he puts Strongest Avenger. And then, he realizes it has an S. Then he scratches out the S.
He scratches everybody's name out but his. Thor, the Strongest Avenger or something.
So that was from Epic Hero Shop. So thank you for that. Tracy, of course, took one for herself.
Of course.
But we'll be giving away another one that hasn't been on Tracy's head. Brand new. That's not all. We are also giving away a
Loungefly.
We haven't given away a Loungefly in a while.
Loungefly Thor wallet.
Yeah, and this could be Jane Foster Thor because it's a lady's wallet. So
yeah, but it came out before Jane Foster.
Well, it didn't come out before the movie was announced, so I don't know. But it's a lady Loungefly Thor wallet. Whichever Thor. So you enjoy that. It's a pretty good size wallet. It's a full size wallet. Mm-hmm. But that's not all. I'm also throwing in a Thor Love and Thunder Legends. I guess they call them replicas, but it's a doll. But action figure.
But it's the one where he's wearing the Star-Lord jacket.
Yeah.
Not Star-Lord's jacket, but kind of
Ravager.
style.
It's the Ravager uniform he's wearing in the movie. Tracy thought that would be better than giving like a classic Thor because it's specific to the movie.
Yeah.
So.
And it goes with that trucker hat.
Right. So, yes, all three can be yours. This ends on July 30th, Saturday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And all you have to do is direct message us the answer to this question. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? What would be your superpower, Tracy?
be invisible because I'm nosy.
Yeah.
And I want to know what everyone's
They always
saying.
said sociopaths want to be invisible,
I'm not a
and
sociopath.
good people want to fly. That was a test back in the day. I'm serious. I'm not making that up. Because they said invisible people would only want to. The only thing you could do with invisibility is infringe on the rights of others. But
I can do the whole check the stock market, see where I should invest. Like insider trading.
yeah,
literally.
it's morally, you can't really, it's nothing you could really do morally. I guess you could. I guess you could sneak up on bad guys, but most people want to be invisible so
Yeah,
they
sneak
can
up on
subvert.
bad guys.
Yeah.
Stop it before it happens. Kind of like that. What was that Tom Cruise movie where they stop the crime before it happens?
Majority Report.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or Minority Report. It's
Minority?
Minority or Majority. I don't know which one it
Minority
was.
Report, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's Minority Report. Yeah, it's me and Tracy are having a debate this past few weeks about her possibly being a sociopath.
I think people at work think I kind of am.
No, it's not me. This is other people.
Well, I don't know if they think I am, but they think that how I justify like getting new software and stuff, they call it tools to help you work more efficiently. I call it, call it what it is. It's a bot to replace humans, which is good. That's good, right? Why would
That's what I think.
Why would you pay a salary and health insurance and all PTO and all that stuff where you could just train this bot to do it and it's just repetitive work?
Yeah.
He's like, well, don't call it that. I was like, yeah, mindless work, right? He's like, no, don't use that word when you're trying to pitch this. Oh my God, you're going to ruin it for us. Because we're trying to pitch it, right? But I'm using words like, oh, a bot to replace you, mindless work that they can do for you. Like, oh my God, don't say it like that. They're both like freaking out.
You're the person that the common man hates, Tracy. Trying to take away their jobs.
I'm what Andrew Yang warned you of. Like,
Yeah. You're like super AI.
where everything's automated.
You would be the person that John Connor comes back to stop because you'd be like pro Skynet,
Yeah, remember we went to the movies? We went to see Maverick this weekend, and first of all, Brian made fun of me because they were all boomers. Like everybody there was over 60. And then he's like, see, this is the movie you want to see. Look at everyone. Anyways. So we went to the movies. I bought the tickets ahead of time. We didn't go to Sinopolis. We just went to a regular theater. So I bought tickets ahead of time. And what you do is usually, if you buy it ahead of time, in the old days, you go and you give your name or your confirmation number to the ticket booth person, and they give you a ticket. Well, now they have a machine. You enter in the confirmation number, and a ticket spits out. Isn't that way faster?
Well, you were complaining about it at first. You're like, no one's here.
I was like, oh, no, I didn't complain. I was like, oh, no one's here. And then I was like, beep, 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 bling. And then, yay.
It felt good till they replace you. Everybody,
There's nothing I can do that I cannot train a robot to do my job. So
yeah, someone can. Quantum computing's almost cracked, and that could take away everyone's job. Because then you're not even that'll pass the Turing test. AI is just going to be the thing,
But isn't that better? Because you have to worry about their feelings and their political beliefs or religious beliefs and all that stuff. It's like
all the things that annoy
sociopaths. Do your job. Who cares about your? I think something came up where. Oh yeah. This is some news that I forgot to put in dot points because I didn't think it was important. But I guess it is. So cast members are suing, I think there's only 3 of them, are suing Disney World for their mask mandate back in the day, like during the shutdown. Mm-hmm. Or not during when they first reopened. And then
right.
For a mask mandate and vaccine mandate to work there, they said that infringed upon their religious belief.
Okay.
So that reminds me. So see, if you had a bot wouldn't complain about that. But
it's so funny how we're on opposite sides. Like in my job, I would have to talk to you about being more empathetic to your workers.
No, I mean, I'm not going to use those words. I mean, after I was talking to my boss and my team members today, they're like, oh my God, don't use words like that. I was like, I'm not. I'm just telling you guys now. But yes, of course, when I pitch it, I'm not going to be like, oh, wouldn't you like someone to do your mindless work for you like that? I wouldn't say it like that. But in a nutshell, be honest. That's what it is. Like, yeah.
Oh boy, you're hilarious. Just for placing the American worker.
Well, you complain so much. This is
If you annoy Tracy, you're out of a job.
if you're going to complain about how hard your job is and how it's like tedious and whatever, I'm going to get a bot to replace you. So don't be complaining.
Oh man, I love it when people know the real you. 'Cause people think I'm the bad guy.
I'm
the good guy.
It's just practical.
Oh man, I don't even know if I finished explaining the giveaway. I don't even know how we got here.
Let me just get to this whole end of the world thing.
End of the world thing.
Well, I Am Legend, where the machines replace everyone.
That wasn't I Am Legend.
Well, what's the movie where all
that was
I guess Terminator. And that was I Am Legend. I don't know.
That was
Andrew
like
Yang
zombies.
mentioned I Am Legend, but maybe it was just Terminator.
Well, I think I forgot to state that they can get more than one entry if they just answer the question by sending it to Facebook and Instagram.
Or email or whatever.
Or, I'll make a blog post they can enter on to. So.
Oh, you were talking about the superpower. Yes, I'd like to be invisible.
Yeah.
And then it got us in a tangent on what a sociopath I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Sociopaths need love too. Matter of fact, they needed love when they were younger and they wouldn't have been sociopaths.
I have love.
Your entire family's terrified of you.
No, they're not. We just don't hug. And we don't say I love you to each other because we think that's weird.
That could be a problem.
No, I mean, we say it to Americans like other.
Yeah, you say it to placate people that you think are weird.
But
you
if
hide.
we're in the same household, I think it's like my mom, my sister, like we all think, why are you hugging me? You know, like, So
it's so weird.
Like when my sister and I took a picture, did the photo pass picture, and the cast member was like, okay, now hug each other. And we're like, ew. So we ended up just hitting each other instead.
Yeah, oh man. I guess, Stanton is like a sociopath factory, I guess. It just pumps you guys out. Well, it's okay. She hasn't hurt anybody as far as I know. She's nice to cast members.
And nice to everybody.
But it's fake.
No, it's not fake. It's real. I'm just very matter of fact when it comes to work or getting things done. And then it's like, all right.
I think it's hilarious.
Because you're the one making me call customer service and all that stuff.
Yeah, because you're mean.
So,
you'll get it.
if
I'm too
I wasn't
nice.
a people person, I wouldn't have to call customer service. Although it's
I only have you call customer service when I need somebody yelled at or somebody get something done.
And I was like, oh, can I use the chat instead? Because the chat even has a bot now, so it's like, oh, this is better. You know how people keep pressing zero because they want to talk to a human? I'm like, no, keep the machine on. I don't want a human.
Oh, man.
Because what's the difference if they're going to read off a script anyways? If you're going to read off a script anyways and not talk to me off script, then just give me the machine.
You sure you're not like a Norcalorati special project? Look at the back of your head for an on and off switch.
No, it's not there.
Not there? Or you just checked?
I just checked.
Okay. So, yeah, I think the giveaway is pretty good. It's all Thor related. I'm looking forward to seeing Thor. And I guess I wanted to explain to people, because a lot of people are like, why is Bale in this movie? Like, who's Gore the God Butcher? And blah, 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 So, in the comics, Gore the God Butcher, and I don't know if they're going to keep his actual storyline, but he was an alien. I mean, he's just not from Earth. But he didn't have superpowers or anything. But his planet, the people on his planet worshiped the gods on their planet. And then there was it was like a natural catastrophe or something, but I think his family ended up dying. And then, so he blamed the gods because they were super devout, like his people. And the gods didn't do anything. And I think he was almost going to die. And then he found, so in the comics, I don't know so this is where it's probably not, what's not going to be in the movie. He finds the God Killer sword called All Black. That's the name of the sword. It's also the name of a rugby team. But All Black is super powerful, and it was created by this god named Null. But this is why I don't think they're going to use it, because Null is the god of the symbiotes, which is what Venom is. So Null would fall under Sony, I think. So, of course, as usual, Sony is mucking things up. So we probably can't use that story.
Oh.
So, but he will have a sword. I don't know if they're going to get the name of it or how they're going to use it. Yeah. I don't know if it's even going to be able to use the same name. But yeah. So in the comics, in Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're at nowhere, where they're in the head of the giant Celestial, nowhere. The person who cut off that head was Gore.
Oh.
The
God Butcher.
He's the God Butcher, right? And
so the Celestial isn't a god.
To him, it is.
Oh, okay.
To him, anything that's celestial and omnipotent in nature that affects the lives of mortals deserves to die, and he just calls them all gods.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you're a celestial, an eternal, an Asgardian, an Olympian, whatever. I think we're going to see a lot of different things in the movie, going by the trailers. So, in the comic books, it goes way back in history. So, like, he first fought Thor, like, hundreds of years ago, like in the Viking days, and he's been doing this for, like, thousands of years. At least, maybe even millions. I forget how long it goes. But I think all this is going to be condensed, for the movie, obviously. So he is, that's one thing. But they're mixing two storylines. So there's that storyline from the comics, but then there's also the Jane Foster storyline. Mm-hmm. Those were two separate arcs that had nothing to do with each other in the comics. And in the comics, what happened is that Thor was actually made unworthy by Nick Fury.
Not by his father.
Well, he whispered something that made Thor doubt. Nick Fury was a normal human in the comics, but he had so much knowledge and spy stuff on everybody. He knew how to take out everyone. He was kind of like Batman. So, like, the Avengers attacked him. He was able to take out all the Avengers by himself, just as a human. And he was a really bad guy because he was so much of a clandestine type of person. It's kind of like the way people look at the CIA in real life.
Yeah.
Like, he was assassinating, like, world leaders. And when we say world leaders, I mean the leaders of other worlds. Like other planets. Like, I think he took out, like, somebody in the Kree and did all this stuff because Earth was always under threat. So his number one mission was to do all this stuff. So the Avengers had enough of him. They tried to attack him on the moon. He took out Iron Man with something. He took the eyes of the Watcher. I mean, Nick Fury was a madman in the comics. And then Thor was going up against him, and Thor was super powerful. And then he whispered something in Thor's ear. And what he said actually was Gore was right. And it triggered something with him. Gore's thing was all gods deserve to die, right? Which made him doubt because Thor's always doubted gods. Because that's why he always hangs out with humans on Midgard, which is Earth. So I guess it has a little bit to do with the Jane Foster storyline. And then what happened was Thor, when he became unworthy, he couldn't lift his hammer after that.
Right.
So then Thor's mom, who's still alive in the comics, picked it up. And you know how Odin put the whoever shall be worthy, will gain the power of Thor. And in the comics, it's like whoever shall be worthy, he shall gain the power of Thor. She switched it from he to whomever or to whoever, and it turned out that there was a female Thor that showed up and then claimed the hammer, and nobody knew who it was for a long time, but it ended up being Jane Foster. The catch is that, and I don't know if this is in the movie or not because we've been trying to avoid anything as far as spoilers and stuff, but she had cancer. and she was going through chemotherapy. But when she turned into Thor, when she grabbed a hammer, she would be like a god, and and everything was fine. Yeah. But then when she reverted back to her normal form, she would have to start her chemotherapy treatments all over again. So it was kind of sad. And
was that because of the ether was in her?
Well, in the comics, that didn't happen.
The ether thing.
Yeah, that's just the MCU. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to do that in the movie, but that would just be speculation. So, but a lot of people said this movie is super funny. So I don't think they're going to go too dark with this movie. I think
there's going to be the Guardians in it.
What do you think with Taika Waititi?
Yeah,
it's just going to be, it's going to be funny and zany. So that's kind of what's going on. As far as the movie itself, I'm really looking forward to it, and again, I liked. Some people are placing this as one of their favorite movies of all time as far as the MCU. But those are the people who are like really big Ragnarok fans, though. Yeah. So I guess,
I think what's his name ranked it third.
Yeah.
I know first was Shang-Chi. I don't know what his second was. Campia.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I like all. I don't think there's a Marvel movie that's come out that I've not liked. There's just ones I've liked more than others.
There's more than others, and some that are just at the bottom of the list, but still good, but just at the bottom.
And some people are thinking about superhero burnout. Like superhero movie burnout. I'm like, I'm not burned out at all.
Yeah.
I'm watching all the shows. I'm watching. Like, I can't get enough. So, is it cool? Was it fun to see Maverick? I would just say, even though that's not a Disney movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I was actually surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did.
See?
No, it was fun. I no, if I'm wrong about something, I didn't think I would enjoy it, and I went because Tracy needs to, go somewhere every weekend, so I have to take her out of the house. But it was like something I was just going to be like, meh, But I have to say, I'm not like a huge Tom Cruise fan. Not that I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. I like Tom Cruise, but I'm just saying, if he has a movie, I'll go see it. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I'm like, oh man, when's the next Tom Cruise movie coming out? But I will have to say, being as old as I am and watching all of his movies throughout his career, he is truly a master of his craft. Mm-hmm. As far as movie making, as far as acting, I think his acting range is probably underrated. Mm-hmm. And I think that even the movies that he makes that might be there's like a little bit of cheesiness in them. There's lots of movies that have that. The fact that you can make a movie that in any category and you're the top of that category, you're world class in that category. If you're world class at anything, you have my respect. And he's definitely world class at making his brand of movies. Mm-hmm. And I think he could probably step outside the box and do other types of movies because I think his acting range is a lot bigger than he gives himself credit for. But he's kind of like Denzel Washington kind of always plays certain types of characters. Mm-hmm. And Tom Cruise only plays kind of certain types of characters. I think they just love being the masters of what they do. Mm. They want to make a good movie, and they do. I think Denzel's a much better actor than Tom Cruise, but I still think Tom Cruise is up there.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a movie maker. Mm-hmm. Like, he produces and makes and does all his own stunts and stuff.
Yeah. So that was good, and looking forward to Thor tomorrow. But I want to talk about my new thing that everyone's probably noticed is that we've been showing off a lot of watches lately. And I got into watches probably about a year ago. And it started just watching YouTube videos and da-da-da. And I used to have watches, but then I just started wearing an Apple Watch everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of stopped, and then I started looking at watches kind of differently. And again, it's because I'm old. I'm starting to look at them more like as art pieces more than just something to wear on your watch to actually tell the time, which is what they're made for.
Right.
So even though I've always liked them, I think I've gotten more into them. I started looking at, different types of watches. I've started the mechanics of them, the different movements, the complications. There's a watch that I want, but it's like super expensive, so I have to save up for it because it's crazy expensive. Well, not crazy expensive for watch collectors.
Right.
Crazy expensive for somebody who's a beginning watch collector who wants it. Something you tell your wife it didn't really cost that much,
Could the watch help you with your daily mindless task?
Man,
No, go back to the Apple Watch. Just kidding. The Apple Watch can tell you when you have a message, when your phone's ringing.
I love
when you
the
have
Apple
a heart
Watch.
attack.
I love the Apple Watch. I loved it.
When you're falling.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like watches, and people have seen me. Well, you and me post some watches on there. Mm-hmm. But because of my personality, if I love something, I want to share that thing. And that's why, and I just posted this as a story, but so by the time most of you are listening to this, you've probably already seen it.
You did? I didn't see the story yet.
Yeah, I posted it as a story.
Even I didn't see it. Ooh.
Yeah. So on the 24th, we're going to be doing our next Superfan giveaway. 24th of this month. We haven't done one in a while, but we haven't given the Superfans have still been loyal. They've still been, interacting and doing their thing. And I'm like, well, I'm into watches now. I want to give away a watch because I like sharing my passion. To me, it's not enough if I have something. I want other people to enjoy it too. But obviously, we are a Disney podcast, and we're going to give away Disney stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think we already showed the Disney-related Invicta watches that we got.
Yeah, your Vader one, and the Thanos Infinity Stone one, and then you got me one. A female, hers version of the Infinity Stone, but it's also Thanos because the background is purple.
Purple, yeah, with lines like his chin.
Like his chin. Yeah.
So, and those watches to me are like. Those are art pieces. Like the Vader watch and the Thanos watch are so big. They probably weigh a pound each.
Yeah,
they're huge.
They're more for collectors.
Yeah, they won't even fit in my watch case. Mm-hmm. So those things are actually more like art pieces, and they're part of things that I like. Star Wars, Thanos, Marvel. So, I liked it when they first came out. They were like super expensive. And so we got some, when I saw that the drop in price, I just snatched them up. So, but again, when I'm passionate about something, when I'm into something, I want to share it. So we are giving away another Invicta. So it's the same brand as the ones we showed you. Probably almost as big as the Vader and the Thanos watch. Mickey Mouse Invicta watch, stainless steel. And I put it up there. It has chronographs in it too, so it's pretty fancy. Again, I know a lot of our listeners are women, but this is just a cool piece around the house. If you want to keep it for yourself, if you want to give it to your husband, or boyfriend, brother, it's awesome. We don't give out a lot of male stuff for men. Actually, a lot of women wear men's watches.
Yeah, because we like the big face.
This is super big.
This is like heavy. It might break my wrist. It has such a small wrist.
Yeah. So so you can go ahead and floss it if you want.
Your son and wait till he grows up. And it's like, this is yours when you're grown.
But it comes with Invicta has these really nice boxes, so you could. It's a display. So if you just open the top, it has Mickey on the outside of the box. It's really cool. So you could just put it on your mantle or on a desk or whatever, and it's going to look really cool.
Yeah.
Will I be giving away a female watch in the future? Time will tell. Get it? Time will tell. Well, the answer is yes. I will. But I'm going to give away this one first. But it is only going to a super fan. So this is nothing you enter. It is something we just enter our super fans, and we use the randomizer, and whoever's lucky, whichever super fan's lucky, if you have your super fan card, you're in. You're in. So, all right. Now, what's in headlines?
Oh, Oogie Boogie Bash sold out in less than a week.
Yeah, I thought it was taking a long time to sell out. So I guess
I guess in the past it's still like, I don't know. I want to say a month, 2 months, whatever. But this time it's sold out the quickest ever. There's speculation they may restock, but we don't know.
Restock.
Will they restock? Will they not?
They always do. They always like, oh yeah, we happen to have some extra.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. But so far it's sold out. On the website it says sold out.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm wondering if it wasn't really sold out. Well, not sold out, but if they always have more space and they just like to release to create demand.
Maybe. But also D23 is this year and around the same time in September.
That's true.
It's usually in August. Sometimes in September. So there's a bunch of people already in town for that, and they may as well.
Well, I knew the 2 Saturdays were going to sell out. I'm just
but
surprised
that whole
that
week.
I'm
of
surprised
September.
that the other days
sold.
But because I didn't think they were selling, and I still don't believe that it sold out as fast as.
I think they may restock.
Yeah.
They do other years. So
We'll see. We shall see.
yeah. So like yesterday when I was browsing around the calendar just to see the refurbishment schedule, like what rides you have to click on each day to see what rides are closed. And I happened to stumble on like August 8th and it had a link in there that said early entry. So it's like when you go on a certain day, it has the park hours, has Disneyland park hours, 8 to midnight. And then park hopping begins at 1. But then there was another thing that said early entry, and it had a link. So I clicked on it, and then it's like, early entry for Disneyland Resort, guests, hotel guests. You get to enter the park 30 minutes early. And I was like, it's that magic hour thing that's coming back, except it's not called magic hour anymore. It's called early entry because it's only half an hour now, so it's not a whole hour. But then I got all confused because you have to make a reservation now, right? In the old days is when you can come and go anytime. So if you have a reservation, then it says, like, in order to enter, you have to be checked in. Well, at the hotels, you can mobile check in 5 days ahead. Mm-hmm. So I was like, so does that count as, like, can we go the day of? Because we have a one-night stay only when we go. So can we stay the day of? Or do we have to make a reservations for the next day? When we check out, we can go half an hour early. But I mean, it doesn't matter for us because it's only half an hour. It's not like, And then they have a list of rides and restaurants that are open inside the parks during early entry.
Yeah,
so that's weird.
It's
they
a half an
haven't announced
hour
it or anything. It's just randomly there. If you see it, you see it. So
half an hour. I mean, if you're going to, I don't know what restaurants are open. Is Carnation open? I don't know.
I believe so.
Because that's the thing that everyone stands in line for. I mean, but I still don't know if they would trump a reservation because it'd probably still make you wait, right?
No, Carnation's not open.
That's what I see people always waiting for breakfast.
Yeah, they're always standing in that line in front of that restaurant when we're there, when we rope drop.
Now, not devil's advocate, because you're not really disagreeing with them doing it. But I will say that if you could go there, because Space Mountain is one of the rides that's open. Mm-hmm. And I think
Space Mountain,
like Web Slingers is.
And with that, surprisingly, Web Slingers. That's the only Lightning Lane ride that's open during.
Well, a la carte ride.
Yes, Lightning Lane a la carte, I mean. Mm-hmm. In Disneyland Park, it's like the big ones are Star Tour, Space Mountain, not Peter Pan, but Dumbo. Dumbo, Mr. Toad, Pinocchio, Snow White, Buzz Lightyear, Alice in Wonderland. But
here's the thing. Just with Space Mountain, that's like a big thing off your list.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, look, these are the rides I want to go to today, right? If you could hit Space Mountain, like, before the park even opens, I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but considering it gets up to an hour wait, so even if you got Genie Plus, you don't even have to waste like a thing for Genie Plus on that.
Right.
So,
but if you we rope dropped and we didn't have to wait.
True. I'm just saying with a half an hour, you could hit like that and maybe something else. And I don't even know if you could start making Genie Plus earlier. I don't know.
Oh.
Because if you can do that.
If you scan through, then.
Yeah, that's on and cracking. You know what I mean? I don't know if
they don't do those. Remember how they used to do virtual queue? I guess what you could do is at 7:30 or 7:58, 7:50, go stand in front of Rise of the Resistance.
Right.
Because you're already
just
in
be
there.
You just be there before they open up the queue.
Yeah, you'll be first in line for Rise.
So that half an hour, because if you go a half an hour early, we'll assume that, like, let's say there's another 100 people with you or whatever, maybe 200. A lot of them are going to go to Space Mountain. So let's say you're in line with like 100 people. It's going to go really quick because we've been in line with 1,000 people, right? So it's going to go pretty quick. It's not going to take that whole half hour if you get there.
Yeah.
So then you just get there and then you run over to wherever wherever the Star Wars Land entrance is before it opens up.
Yeah.
Then you just go there and stand there.
Well, it's going to open up for you, though. Isn't it?
Because some of the lands are still closed off until rope drop.
Oh.
So, but you could just be in the front of whatever line it is. So if there's a rope cutting off Galaxy's Edge, you'll be the first one touching that rope.
Yeah.
And then they open that up, and even if they don't open the ride until 9, you'll still be there with the queue.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Galaxy's Edge isn't open. So I don't see Millennium Falcon or anything on here.
Yeah. So if you could if that half an hour lets you knock out Space Mountain and get to the front of the line and Rise of the Resistance, that's like some people would pay $100 for that. Because just to get on Rise of the Resistance by itself at a given time later is $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think maybe it's summer and they're trying to still doing the whole focusing on tourist thing, out-of-towners. Because it's like if you stay at a hotel, here's a perk we've added. But before they gave you an hour plus 2 fast passes. Now they just give you half an hour and no max pass.
Yeah.
Not even a guaranteed reservation. I think at Disney World, you don't have to make a park reservation. I don't know. Maybe not. If you stay at the hotel.
Yeah. I don't know. We have Stowert Float.
Yeah, the restaurants that are open at Disneyland is Plaza Inn, Galactic Grill.
That's pretty good because they got the buffet.
Yeah, they have the breakfast buffet, the character dining.
So that's kind of worth it. So if you want to knock one of those things out, half an hour is a lot of time.
Market House, which is that Starbucks in Disneyland that's always crowded. Yeah, and go get.
I wonder if the characters are going to come in there that early though to Plaza.
Once we walked in at 7:20, because you're still allowed. I don't know why we got to go in at 7:20, but we walked in.
Well, one time we stayed at the hotel and we got the early entrance.
Yeah, but our first time there at that character breakfast, we're like, oh, do you take? I think it was 7:30. That's after they put people in, but not through the rope yet. And they're like, yeah, we take walk-ins. If it's just 2 of you, yeah, come on in. Because
that was weird.
Yeah, we didn't make any reservations, but that was people hyping up Disney, pre-content creator.
Back in the day,
Yeah, back in the day when Disney wasn't trending.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what's next?
So let's see. Oh, yeah, speaking of content creator, there are some content creator drama. I didn't even know about this until recently where I saw the article on Disneyland News today. Because I don't really follow YouTubers a lot.
There's only a couple of them. People we've met, really. People we kind of know, semi-know.
Yeah, Provost, of course, because
Provost, Mr. Cheesy Pop are the only ones we actually kind of talk to.
Yeah.
We know Disney a little bit, but
they're not YouTubers.
Yeah, that's true.
There isn't, because I don't have I have such a short span of attention that when I watch videos, I don't like watching vlogs because I'm like, dude, hurry up, just tell me what to do. I'm more I like Provost's format because he does the top 10 things, top 10 bathrooms at Disneyland, top 10 food. So I like that. I don't like, oh, let's stroll along with me kind of thing. So that's why I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos on Disney's stuff. But anyways, we do know these people, but I didn't know anything that was going on.
We don't know them personally.
Yeah, we know of them, like their channel and their IG. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I was just scrolling through. We do follow Disneyland News Today because they're related to WDW News Today. And I was reading articles, and then there was one article that said, petition on Reddit to, I think, like, get vloggers kicked out of Disney or something, or not letting them, the petition not letting them film at Disney or something. And I was like, what? That's weird. And so then it said something about it's like alleged that the petition reads that it's alleged that one of them has COVID and was seen at Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean opening. And so they just assumed that the person had COVID, but still at the opening. And so the petition saying, they are a danger or whatever. And, petition should cancel them, basically. And I'm like, well, this is weird. Why would? And then I read on, like, hey, it's the people that we know of. It's Best Life and Beyond. And I'm like, that's weird. I've never heard of this. And then so I started, like, looking it up. And then sure enough, there's all these, like, hate and stuff on them. But when you're in Reddit, it's already like some weird extreme group, right?
Yeah, Reddit's a hate.
Yeah.
It's a place to hate.
Yeah. So I was like,
it's a hate buffet.
So I thought I'd watch and see what they have to say. And they stopped being so in the past they're kind of like saying it's normal to get hate, when you're so popular on YouTube or whatever. So they usually just ignore comments, right? Like you tell me to do, right?
Yeah.
With our 1.9 million video now. So they usually ignore it, but they now have come to a point where they're not going to ignore it anymore. They are clapping back with these people. Like, these people are bullying us. This is what they said about us. We would never show up to the park sick, and expose everyone. And then they said on the video that, she was sick. And, the female, there was a male and a female, like us.
Husband and wife.
I think they're just boyfriend and girlfriend or partners. But anyways, she was sick, but she didn't have COVID. She said she tested, but she said she quarantined, but then they were there doing a live stream together. So people were like, well, you said you're quarantined, but he's right there, or something. So she didn't show up to the Pirates opening. He did. Because she was sick, so she stayed home. But they're saying, well, yeah, but just yesterday you were streaming with her and you're exposed. And then nobody ever knew. They just assumed she had COVID, but she didn't, But she stayed home anyways. She said they came back. She's back now after being sick for 2 weeks or whatever. She's finally back at the parks. And they made a video the other day, and she's like, I'm back, but I told you I'm dead tested, whatever. But anyways, the drama was more like.
But why are people hating on them? To begin with,
know.
I mean, because they were hating on him before that.
Yeah, they were hating on them before that, which is what caused this petition or whatever. They're the same people where we mentioned a few episodes ago where she was filming a live stream and then some guy coughed at her and said...
Yeah, but now they're saying that's not true or something? Or somebody's saying that?
Now the Reddit people or the haters are saying, we watched that video. All he did was clear his throat or something. I don't know. He didn't cough in her face or something. And then, when he said, don't give money to those grifters or whatever, that's actually a sticker or a saying that these people have created with their logo.
Just for their channel. Just for them.
Yeah, just for that. It's their logo. So imagine taking our logo, Rope Dropping Knowledge, with our picture on it, and just putting, like, don't give money to those grifters instead of Rope Dropping Knowledge. It's the exact logo. So that guy was just, like, yelling off a phrase that has merch that's been made already. I didn't even know
Don't
this.
give money to these grifters.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I was like, wow, that's mean. Why would he say that kind of thing? But it's actually a phrase that these hater groups. How can you have a hater group focused just on? I mean, I think when there's a whole group, stickers and merch made just to hate on you.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
I don't know. I mean, first of all, I think one of the things that we heard was that they were selling stuff on their what, Patreon?
Yeah, so they have a Patreon, but they decided to put something else in addition to Patreon, like $10 a month, and it's called I forgot what it's called, like Firewall or something. I forgot.
Everything's a paywall.
Paywall.
So, yeah,
paywall.
Patreon is a paywall. So.
Okay, but there's another level, and they said that because they get so much hate, they want to have another level with just exclusive fans who pay to get rid of hate. Is how they say it. The haters are saying, oh, your YouTube views are down, so you just want to collect money from us. But there is actually, they actually have a few haters who actually pay this just to see what's on this, what content it is. Mm-hmm. And they shared that it's just her, cooking or going to Trader Joe's food hall. They're like, how can you make your fans pay for $10 a month just to watch you cook or whatever? How is this Disney? But, for you to actually just pay just to hate, why would you pay $10 a month just to spy on them, just see what it is to make hate video? But I don't know. That's another. That's just the whole thing is weird. But
first of all, yeah. I mean, if somebody, if I want to pay to watch somebody shop, that's on me. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like why? So I guess that's the one thing you could say. Well, that's grifting. It's like, well, no. I mean, as long as it's not like kids taking their parents' credit card and doing it, who cares?
Right.
If it's adults that are paying to see other adults do stuff, there's adults paying to see other adults doing far worse things on OnlyFans. So, so I mean, it is what it is. People are can use their money anywhere they want.
Yeah, and if they see that it's not worth it, they can stop, right?
I don't know if they personally did something to somebody, because I don't know why they're getting this hate, and because there's a lot of
and not the other people.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm like, why are they singling this particular? Because there's lots of them.
There's stories on both sides. But they have such a big fan base that I think their number of fans outweigh the haters. But there are enough haters. But
they're not bigger than some of the other ones.
Yeah,
big
mean more than 50,000 or whatever. What do they have? I don't know.
But they're not bigger than Fresh Baked. They're not bigger than There's people who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. True. So that's why I don't understand why they're. Maybe the other ones just aren't so money focused. And so people start hating, and
I think they were pushing. Well, the claim is they were pushing their merch, their Patreon, their other paywall. They call it a tip jar. They're like, we don't really ask for money. I mean, we do it if you want to join our Patreon.
Exactly,
it's like a tip jar for us, and it's fine. So there's on
no
both sides.
one's making you do it.
There's people defending them, and then there's the Redditors.
I'll say this: I don't. Whatever you want to do in life, that's fine. But that includes hating. If you want to hate, that's fine. That's why I tell you not to comment on stuff, because then, that means they got you. Because there's really people who don't have a life, who will sit around, and the fact that they can get somebody who's more popular than them to actually react, it is like their birthday. That's
So their thing is, why is Disneyland News and WDW News Today reporting on this?
That's the problem I have. So now we're getting to the meat of it, right?
Yeah.
So you have two, what I would consider legitimate Disney news sites.
Yeah.
Reporting on this.
Yeah.
Like we are. But they're big, right?
Yeah.
And they're not even giving both sides, I don't think. They're just kind of.
They're just saying the headline was Disney vloggers petition to kick out Disney vloggers from Disneyland. And I'm like, what? Who did something so serious that you want to kick them out, of Disneyland?
Yeah, and when you read that, it's kind of like, what did they do wrong? It's not put in a context of we're putting it content creator drama, what's going on. Mm-hmm. Let's figure out what both sides are.
Yeah,
it's more
serious, but it was just this petition just.
Yeah,
they just reported what the petition said.
So I could see why they would be angry about that, because these are two outside the mainstream news. Mm-hmm. That's probably the biggest Disney news site. Outside of actual Disney.
Yeah, Disneyland News Today.
And regular, CNN type stations, they're the biggest.
They're Disney food blog type of
level.
Level.
But they cover news though. Disney Food Blog basically covers food.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I can see why, that would be annoying. It's like, why would you report on, why are you a gossip thing? You're not talking about a ride. You're not talking about, you went after Chapek, but Chapek's the CEO of Disney. Why are you going after us?
They got Chapek to respond to their Twitter. So that's pretty legit if you're getting...
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why. If you're that big, why are you going after a little YouTube channel? I mean, it's not little, but it's little comparative.
Reporting.
It's not like they're a Mr. Beast where you have 70 million subscribers.
Exactly.
It's like, and even then, I don't even know why you'd go after him. Just leave him alone.
That's why they're perplexed. They said they don't even follow this channel, but they're just like, why would you report it? And plus, all these hate things are all to them it's bullying because it's a lot of pictures that are horrible. So they finally kept quiet and responded and shared all the stuff that has been shared about them, and that's how I learned about that merch thing.
Well, I would just like to say like this: look, if you're going to be a content creator, we're content creators. You got to expect somebody to hate you. The bigger you get, So, remember I was talking about, this is what we would do if we started getting 100,000 downloads per episode. Well, with that 100,000 downloads, there's going to be hate.
Right.
There's going to be people talking about your looks. There's going to be people talking about racism issues. There's going to be people talking about whatever. Right. You know what I mean? So it kind of comes with the package. Mm-hmm. So I would say you need to have a real thick skin to be a content creator if you expect to do it and get big. For me, it's like, I'd feel bad if I was getting hate and I wasn't making any money. I'd be like, dang, So if we got hate now, I'll be like, wait. Wait till I buy my second house, Then you can hate all you want, But it does kind of come with the territory if you're going to make yourselves public.
And my only thing is, they're doing this, well, not for free. They have a Patreon. But forget the Patreon. This is all free stuff. Free information they're giving you.
Free to observe.
Yeah, so who cares? If it's kind of like people who complain about Facebook and Instagram. Well, this is a free thing you get to get information.
Well, with Facebook and Instagram, it's not really free. They're taking your data.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And they're making a ton of money off of it. Trillions. You just don't know that you have it, so you think it's free.
You think it's free, but my point is okay, then don't use it.
Yeah.
If you're so afraid of your precious data or whatever. Yeah. So, don't use it then.
Okay, Corpo.
But it was they're giving you a free service. This couple is giving you a free service. They're filming Disney. They're filming their day. And if you like seeing that, for people who like seeing that, they're giving this service to them for free. Yeah. And if you happen to pay for their Patreon, you get something else. But that's on you to pay for it. So the people who are on Reddit are not on Patreon, but... I mean, some pay for the Patreon just to spy on them. But then it's why are you complaining? It's a service they're providing that doesn't hurt anyone. Yeah,
but this is one thing I don't... It's a lot of times when there's something weird or people do something weird, people are I don't understand. It's you do understand. That's a euphemism that we use for shorthand. Yeah. Everyone understands why people do mean things. People are mean.
But now you've hated them, but now you gave them more exposure. I wasn't even interested in them before, but now all of a sudden,
you're assuming that
they're getting views because
I don't know, man. I mean, Brendan Shaw has been hurting because of Reddit. I mean, they're ruining his life. It's I'm not saying he's not making money still, and he's not doing stuff, but he would be making a lot more. They're so they can do damage.
Yeah.
And some people enjoy doing damage to people that they just don't like. I don't like to look at your face, so I'm going to destroy your life and I'm going to spend 30 hours a week doing it. That's just the way some people are.
But it ruins it for the people who want to see them. Like that one creator, Magical Kind of Mama, right? No. She stopped because she got so much hate, and now we don't have her fun content because her content was fun.
That's true.
So it makes the other people who want their content suffer because now they have to stop.
Magical Kind of Mama should have done a Patreon.
She didn't even do YouTube. She just did Instagram, and she got hate for it.
Yeah,
she was like dancing around with her kids at Disney, and then she got hate for it because she got to I think it was the Rise of the Resistance, right? Thing that kind of broke the camel's back, where she's like, forget it. So it was because she was
She got to skip the line.
Somebody recognized her probably and gave her their boarding group.
Or something.
Something like that.
Or maybe it was a cast member that let her.
Yeah, she's like, all she said was,
magic happened.
Some magic happened and we got to go on the ride. And then people started like, yeah, you content create, you influencers, blah, blah, blah. And she got so much hate mail. And then she's just like, forget it. I'm just going to stop doing this.
And she did stop. She's like, I don't need it. And
she deleted everything. She still has the account up, but just the one picture of her explaining that I'm going to stop, just saying goodbye. And then, yeah, she had 200,000 followers.
Yeah.
But now, like, everyone else who likes her content doesn't get to see it because of the few haters. You know what I mean?
That's life. Man, I wanted to go to Ukraine. One guy made it impossible. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
There's bad people out there, and it's we just have to navigate them, and it's kind of like it's unfortunate, but human beings, man, we're animals. I mean, I think people forget what we are. Like the fact that a lot of people are like, oh man, the world is doomed. Like I'm kind of impressed we made it this far. Like we're very vicious people, a species. We're not very nice to each other historically, and
hence robots should replace us.
No. I'm not going to do that. That's why we need
the Ultrons.
You must be the change you want to see in the world, Tracy.
Tony Stark was right. We need Ultrons.
To protect us from aliens, not from each other.
From each other.
No. Well, I just hope that anybody who wants to be a content creator goes out, do your thing. But just remember you have to have a thick skin because somebody's not going to like you doing well. But honestly, that's with anything. If you are the only person in your family with a decent career, you're going to get hated on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you are the only person, you
just have to expect that.
Yeah, and that's from your family.
That's what they've been doing, ignoring it. But it comes until this whole article from this news source, and they're like, what?
Yeah. But my point is that it builds because hate doesn't go away with it being ignored. They just say, oh, what can we do to finally get to them? It's kind of so it's the old thing of like, oh, just ignore them, they'll go away. No, not with the internet. That's what the difference is, right? When you have to do something face to face, no one's gonna, unless you're a psycho stalker, you're gonna. Yeah. But nowadays, they can. All it takes is a few clicks. You don't even have to get off the couch. You're just on your phone, just hating. You don't have to do anything. It's so it doesn't take any effort. So, but hopefully, I'm not saying that you everyone should have to have a thick skin, but I think that if you don't have a thick skin, it's going to affect you and you're not going to be able to live your dreams if you want to be a content creator. Be some anonymous corporate accountant if you just want to make a living and not have any hate. And even then you're going to get hate on the job.
That's the thing. So. It was easier for Magical Kind of Mama to walk away because she wasn't making any money off of it. She was just on Instagram, not YouTube or anything. Yeah. So she was willing to, okay, this is not worth it. It's not fun anymore. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah. Well, especially, and she had kids, and she's just like, you know what, I'll just be a mom, Yeah. But, it happens. People are mean, but that doesn't mean robots should replace us.
We'll see about that.
All right, now.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
So I wanted to talk about the chili cheese onion rings at Hungry Bear. I had this with my sister, so you didn't get to taste it, but maybe next time you can try it. Because it's still on the menu. It's chili cheese onion rings. So it's basically just basic onion rings, but they're not the thick kinds. They're just the thin,
crunchy, super fried,
round ones. Mm. And the chili cheese, I think it's like the waltz chili kind of recipe. That's why it's so good. It's like meaty, not like too much beans or anything. No beans in there. Mm-hmm. That's why I like it. And it's really flavorful. Mm. So surprisingly good. And yes, there's a crunch to the onion rings.
You like everything crunchy.
Yep. I have bad teeth.
Bad teeth. You have a dentist appointment, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. I need to reschedule.
This is me. This is my life. Giving money away and reminding people of their appointments.
I have an eye appointment that you made me cancel.
I'm like a dad, and I don't even get a kid.
You have a boomer.
I got a boomer. No.
Apparently, sociopath too.
I don't even have a pet. You won't even let me have a dog. Oh.
You have a dog?
All right.
So, Haunted Mansion will close August 15th and reopen September 2nd for the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay thing.
It always, that's how when you get an old, because it seems like they did that last month.
Well, it seems like it starts earlier and earlier each year.
No, I'm just like, man, didn't we just see Nightmare Before Christmas? Didn't they just redo it and turn it back?
Well, I mean, it's already time to almost renew our pass, and it just seemed like it was only a few months ago we were magic key holders.
Whoa.
So, and then also closing August 15th is Monsters, Inc. for a refurbishment, but no opening date yet.
That's kind of a bummer, because that's kind of our go-to
I know.
when we don't have anything to do ride. Well, the first one is Little Mermaid.
Yeah, so that's
But then the second one, it's like, it's a good Lightning Lane ride that's kind of worth it, but then it breaks up the day.
And it's like
you can save it to the end of the night.
It's air conditioned in there,
It's fun. It's
Smell the ginger.
And it's never crazy crowded.
No.
Because even like when you're not in the Lightning Lane, it's usually 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's in the shade too, where those trees are.
Most part, yeah.
Yeah, the outdoor part of it.
So
yeah, that's a bummer. And then the arc reactor that powers Avengers Campus at Disneyland is broken again. This is the second time. Remember the other time we came it was broken?
when you got thousands of people a day stepping on it, tens of thousands, it's bound to break.
True.
That's got to be a lot of pressure, because I don't think it's like they're breaking it like the enamel or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's the weight, the pressure that's on it. It's like putting something under the ocean, like 2,000 feet on the ocean, that pressure is going to be crazy. So that cumulative pressure of just people walking on it all day, standing on it, taking pictures all day, riding, the mobility carts over it all day.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I didn't think about that.
It's just, that's a lot. So
yeah, it's broken again. No word on when it's back. But something interesting happened. The Galactic Star Cruiser had to be evacuated on July 4th for about half an hour. The reason is unknown, but people had to. It's like it ruins the magic. All of a sudden, you're like in your Jedi robe or whatever, and then all of a sudden, and then you have to like go outside where now it's just like a brown building or something. Yeah, it kind of ruins the whole immersive experience.
Yeah, unless they evacuate because of a real attack.
Yeah, but still, now you're like, oh, it's a brown building. We're not on a ship.
They should have a secondary thing. Okay, we're going to evacuate, but it's like a shuttle, like an escape shuttle, like at the end of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. No, they didn't think about that.
Star Destroyer is chasing us. That's why. Yes, we know we're in the back of a U-Haul, but...
No. They should have been like, we had to land on Earth.
It's emergency landing.
On Earth. Here you are.
We got shot down.
So here's Earth.
Somebody find a
Something
power
like that,
coupling.
right?
They're always looking for a power coupling in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Someone find a power coupling. Hyperspace.
Yeah, so then they should have said that. Like, now we're on Earth, and that's why you see all these strange buildings.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that kind of, like, is a bummer. But at least there was nothing wrong.
I heard there's
with
a
it.
lot of vacancies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would think the hype died down, kind of.
Yeah, the hype died down, but the price didn't. So that's going to be a problem.
It's kind of like the housing market. Trying to wait for it to go down, but it won't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, and this one's funny. Disneyland's Instagram account got hacked this morning at 4 a.m. with some random pictures of guys. It was up for like an hour before somebody noticed, and they took it down.
Like just normal guys, like stock photos?
Yeah, like I sent you a picture of it. Well, I have a screenshot of it if people want to see, but I'm sure you'll see it on Disneyland News today. They have a
just like
screenshot.
normal guys, like just...
Yeah, it's weird. Here, it's like just... This is what it looks like. Just random And then while we were recording, Christina text me and she said, "Did you guys see the Disneyland account got hacked?" And she's like, "I looked up the guy who did it, and apparently 2 of my cousins know him. I asked them about it, and the hacker stole his picture and pretending to be him. So the pictures you see there aren't really the hackers. It's some guy's picture they stole, and this guy happens to be friends with Christina's cousins." He's like, "No, that's not me. I didn't hack them. They stole my picture."
Sure you didn't. I think Christina did it.
So, yeah, see, it's just random, like 3 random pictures or 4, right?
Well, the first guy is a meme. I think some of them are memes.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
One of these, I think, either this guy or this guy is Christina's cousin's friend.
No, this guy that's when they were carrying a coffin in New Orleans and that dancing meme.
Yeah, that's the meme.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, it's so weird that they were able to hack the Disneyland. But of course, when it has to do with technology and Disneyland, of course.
The fact that they could hack Disney.
Yeah, that's
funny.
what I'm saying with like their website weirdness and.
What's the password? Mickey1234.
We're in.
How did they guess that?
Let's just post random pictures on here. I mean, if you're gonna hack, do something like I don't know, really mischievous. Don't just post meme pictures or whatever. I don't know. You know me and my efficiency. If you're gonna hack, do something big. Don't just post random pictures on there.
Yeah. If Skynet were in charge, they would have. Oh man, they would have built the Quinjet ride by now.
Yeah.
That hack.
But yeah. Anyway, so that was funny. Okay, so the next dot point is the Hollywood Reporter reported that the Echo show on Disney Plus. The Echo is the character that we first saw in Hawkeye. In the show will be Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio to return to the MCU.
And everyone thought that's going to happen. Daredevil and Kingpin.
Yeah.
Because she's a Daredevil character in the comic books. But, and she already had interactions with D'Onofrio, Kingpin, in the Hawkeye series. Mm-hmm. So the fact that Charlie Cox is confirmed, that's cool. So we can look forward to that. It's going to be really different kind of seeing them because it was kind of the MCU style versus the Netflix show style is totally different. But I'm glad at least they're keeping those actors. So, and we already knew that Charlie Cox was going to be in something because he's in Spider-Man. Yeah. So awesome.
Yep. And then today, finally, Lucasfilms and Disney Plus announced that the Light and Magic 6-part docuseries will premiere on July 27th. And that's the thing that we went to see the panel for at Star Wars Celebration.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's a 6-part docuseries.
Yeah, so if you're really into the history of Lucasfilms, and actually just the history of movies and the special effects and stuff in general, and even if you're not, it was really well done, and it's kind of funny when they're telling their personal stories and stuff. So I recommend it. I'm going to watch it, and I think you guys will enjoy it.
Yep. Well, that is all.
That's all for today. So next week we're probably going to be skipping Thursday and having to do with Saturday. I'll be in New Jersey. You guys pray for me. Pray for my flight. I don't like flying. And then pray for me in Jersey because I don't know if I really like Jersey. So, other than that, yes, we are having our giveaway. I forgot to add, must be 18 years older, live in the United States. All winners will be drawn at random for any of our giveaways, except for the in-park giveaways where it'll be random to us, but not to whoever finds us. Speaking of, I think, so this coming week, I'll be traveling, but then the week after that, we will be at Disney on the 22nd. And we'll have another giveaway. As I said, every time we're at the parks, we're going to have a giveaway. So look for us. We'll obviously post it. But yeah, that's it for us today. Visit us, ropedroppinglaws.com. If you listen to us, whatever your favorite podcast not metric, whatever your platform is, give us a nice ranking, leave a review if you'll be so kind. We love you guys, and we will see you next week. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.